to the channel of Pro Enzo Vidz. This is my finals week 1 NRL tips for 2021. So, I'm just keen for finals, honestly. It's one of the best things on the NRL calendar. I'm hyped. I'm actually really looking forward to finals, especially because my team, the Eagles, are there and that. So, of course, I'll be, really excited for the final series. But, just in general, I think it's going to be a really good round of footy, basically. I think, all the matchups are going to be pretty decent games, and I'm looking forward to it. So hopefully it's a good week of footy. But in saying that, let's get into my finals week 1 NRL tips. So here we go. Now, it starts off with the rivalry pretty much, and that's the Storm and the Sea Eagles, my team, like I said. And going through the Storm's team, so basically just the ins and outs. Josh Carr is still out with a hamstring injury, so Isaac Lumilu keeps his spot on the wing. Cameron Munster returns to the Storm at 5'8", while George Jennings, Remus Smith, Nico Hines moves to the bench, and Dean Eremia and Marion Seve both of them drop out of the 17 and that. So and Storm gets some players back like Jesse Bromwich, Christian Welch, Felice Kafusi, Kenny Bromwich are all back for the Storm this week. As for the Seagulls, Josh Aloiai returns because he was sick last week against the Cowboys, so he makes his return this week and starts at prop. And Toa Fafala Sipley drops out to the extended bench, which is the reserves, basically. Okay. Who am I tipping? Now, I don't care how much. Well, I don't know how much flack I might cop for this. I don't really care. You've always got to back your team in big moments. I feel like, if you don't back your team in big moments, then what kind of supporter are you? Because honestly, I really think Manly are a chance. Now, look, Storm are a huge chance as well. I think Storm have a big chance like Manly to win this game, and of course they do because they're a champion side, Melbourne. But looking back on some history, the Storm do have a history of choking in finals, and that's definitely no secret to many people. So that's definitely something I took into account, and how the Storm have kind of always sort of choked in finals. Will it happen this year? We'll have to wait and see. But I guess we'll have to wait and see till Friday night and see what happens. But no, look, I'm tipping Manly. I don't care what people say. I'm tipping Manly. I really do think that we can get the win here. I feel like Manly learnt a lot. I learnt a lot from last time we played Melbourne, and I feel like we'll get them this time. So hopefully we win. So I'll tip us 1-12. But should be a good game, nothing less. Now, the second game of finals week 1 on Saturday at 5:40 p.m. It's at Queensland Country Bank Stadium in Townsville. It's the Sydney Roosters up against the Gold Coast Titans. So, going for the Roosters team, big ins for them. Jared Warrior-Hargreaves and Victor Raleigh are both back for the Roosters this week. And that's about it. So that's a big in to the Roosters. That does help them. And for the Titans, Kevin Proctor returns for the Titans after a shoulder injury and starts in the back row, while Sam McIntyre drops to reserves, and that's about it for the Titans team. In this game, I'll tip Roosters because of the big game players that already have in that team and how much experience they do have in finals, and just I feel like Roosters' experience in finals will get them home in the end. But just out of hope, I hope Titans can sort of push Roosters the whole way and maybe win, because if Titans win, for example, will make the final series a whole lot interesting and make it a bit more entertaining, I guess, if Titans can somehow get past the Roosters this week. But I doubt it. I'll tip Roosters to win 1-12. But hopefully Titans can do something in finals. That's all I'll say. Now, the third game, which is a doubleheader at Queensland Country Bank Stadium, it's the Panthers and the Rabbitohs at 7:50 p.m. Massive game. Going for the Panthers team, Scott Sorensen is out with the injury because obviously Scott Sorensen suffered the injury against the Eels last week. So Spencer Leniu will replace him off the bench. And for the Rabbitohs, Blake Taaffe keeps his fullback spot, and I guess Wayne Bennett decided to persist with Blake Taaffe as that fullback, replacing Latrell Mitchell for the rest of the season, obviously during finals. And Alex Johnson, Damien Cook, Dane Gagai, Cody Walker, Tom Burgess, Arrow, Murray, they're all back for the Rabbitohs this week, so that's a big ins for them. Now, this is tough. This is another tough one that I'm really finding difficult to decide. Now, I will say, if Souths had Latrell Mitchell, I'll probably tip them instead. I'll probably tip Souths to have Latrell Mitchell, but just because he's not there, I don't know if I can trust Blake Taaffe at fullback. I hope Blake Taaffe goes well. I mean, there's no doubt that Rabbitohs, or Panthers, I should say, will put a lot of pressure on him. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like Panthers will be a little bit too strong. But, obviously, South's already lost twice to Panthers this year, and I'm sure Wayne Bennett will like to stop that from happening a third time. But I'll just tip Panthers because I feel like I trust them more, but we'll wait and see. So, but Panthers 1-12. I'm not confident, but it's gonna be a good game. I really do think this will be a great game. But to end off Finals Week 1, it ends with the Eels and Knights at Rockhampton at Brown Park at 4 p.m. So this is an elimination final. Going for the Eels team, Clint Gutherson and Regan Campbell-Gillard both returned for the Eels, which is some big ins there. And Mariah Niokora, Nathan Brown, Isaiah Papali'i, Wagga Blake, Mitchell Moses, Dylan Brown, Pulo are all back for the Eels this week. And for some reason, looks like Joey Lussick drops out of the Parramatta's team and Ray Stone replaces him at hooker, which is a very weird change in my opinion, but I don't know what the whole meaning behind that is. And for the Knights, well, the Knights get some big ins, and the Knights have the Saifiti brothers returning from being having a rest last week against the Broncos. The Daniel and Jacob Saifiti both return, and so is Jane Brayley, Harmer Hunt, and Tyson Frizzell and Mitch Barnett all return as well from being rested last week. So that's some big ins for the Newcastle Knights right there for Sunday. But despite that, I'll tip Parramatta to win 1-12, but it's a game where the Knights can win. I think Knights can definitely trouble the Eels in some way, but I think Ponga and Pearce have to have a big game for Knights if they want to win. But I'll tip Parramatta because I just think that they will be a little bit stronger on the day. But guys, in saying that, hope you enjoy the video. Like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, and share your tips in the comment section down below. But bring on Finals Footy for 2021.